Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time it is, wherever you are tuning in. Thank you so much for joining me today for such sweet thunder meditation program. And in this episode, I will be guiding a meditation where we bring mindfulness and awareness to the sensations of the breath. We'll do a body scan, we'll go through the body, noting the feeling tones in the body as well. We'll open our awareness a little bit further to experience any sounds and the silence of the present moment. Then we'll open our eyes, we'll take in the visual field. Then we'll bring awareness to any feelings or emotions we might be having in this present moment experience. Now, I did a thorough introduction to this practice in my last offering on was Monday in Thailand, or Sunday in America, or North America, wherever you are tuning in, South America too, I suppose. So anyway, my last episode, I gave about a half an hour introduction to this practice. Now, you don't have to have watched that episode to reap benefits. If you're just now joining me today, that's fine. But after this practice, if you wish, go back and watch the introduction and then perhaps try it again. So you might compare a fresh run through and then watch the introduction video and perhaps try it again at a later date, and you might notice a difference. The only bad meditation practice you can ever do is the one you don't do. So if you just show up, meditate, even if your mind is quite distracted, you're still reaping benefit from that. And that is so because each time the mind gets distracted and you return back to the present moment, you're strengthening the muscle of awareness and attention and getting stronger and more confident in that process of distraction and return and rest. So each time you get distracted and you return and rest, you can congratulate yourself. Consider that a victory. And that will use the positive reinforcement technique. So you get distracted, you return, you say, yes, I'm back in the present moment. The mind, body, and heart remembers that as a positive experience. And in that remembering of that positivity, it'll get easier and easier because it feels better and better each time you do it. I mention that because oftentimes we get caught up in berating ourselves. We get distracted by a thought. We're off in the thinking process for a little while and we say, thinking, oh, I'm thinking. We return back to the present moment and then we start to think, oh, I can't do this, I'm not good at this, I'll never be good at this, whatever. That berating mind puts a negative charge on the process of returning to the present moment. So in a way, if you do that, you're training yourself not to return to the present moment. Each time you give a negative charge to that process, your body, your heart, your mind remembers that negativity. And so even though our intention is to keep returning to the present moment, subconsciously we recall that negativity, and so it becomes a little more difficult to return back to the present moment each time. Now, I mentioned all of the stages of this practice, breath, body, sounds, and then we'll open our eyes, we take in the visual field, and then we enter into the internal field of feelings and emotions. Now, for many people, open eye meditation is quite challenging. If you feel here today that it's too much, that's fine. Close your eyes again. In fact, you can keep your eyes closed and still see behind the eyelids the darkness and the patterns of light and so forth. So if that's more comfortable for you, and for many people it is, that's also okay. The traditional way of doing this practice is with the eyes open, and that's because it gives our awareness much more room. So we're expanded out. So right, we Here's just the breath, our awareness being the hands here. Just the breath, then breath and body, our awareness is a little larger. Breath, body, sounds, awareness is quite a bit larger. Then we take in the visual field, we have all of this space. Then when we open our awareness again to the feelings and emotions, we have all of this space to hold those feelings and emotions like that. So that's why we do it with our eyes open. But if you want to, or if you're new to this practice and it feels easier to do it with the eyes closed, that's fine. It's an option. But during the guiding portion of this episode, I will guide through open eye practice. Okay, I think that's all I want to say before the practice. Thanks again for joining me. I have my bell here. I'm just going to ring the bell. Oh, and I will be guiding a similar practice at my next episode, which is on Monday morning in Asia, Sunday evening in the States, in North America. But that practice we will start with the sounds. And again, I often like to offer that for people who are working through challenging emotions or trauma. Breath and body can be quite challenging to start a meditation practice. So in that practice, we'll start with the sounds, the visual field, then come back to the breath and the body, and then open to the emotions. So a couple of options there. So if you find this one a little more challenging, you can try next episodes as well. That'll be a different experience entirely. Okay, I've rambled enough. Enjoy. So allowing the body to rest. Allowing your muscles to relax and grow soft. Letting any tension or stress that's held in the body go. Allowing the mind to rest. Letting any concerns or thoughts of the upcoming days go. Thoughts or concerns of the days past, you can let all of that go as well, and just rest, right here and right now, with this present moment experience. And let your heart rest, vast and open like the blue sky. And breathing in and breathing out, bringing awareness and attention to the breath as it enters the nose and leaves the nose. You might notice a cool or a dry sensation arising from the nose. You might notice the temperature is slightly different in one nostril over the other, or you might be breathing in more air through one nostril over the other. Allowing awareness to expand to include the back of the throat, noticing the breath as it touches the back of the throat. There might be a tingling or a dry sensation there, or perhaps simply noticing the temperature changing from cooler to warmer as you inhale and exhale. And allowing awareness to expand to include the rib cage expanding and contracting with each breath. There might be sensations of clothing moving to adjust with the rising and falling of the body as you inhale and exhale. Noticing the shoulders rising and falling with each breath. You might also notice the upper back moving out as you breathe in as you breathe out. And as you inhale and exhale, also noticing the abdomen rising and falling with each breath. Noticing the lower back moving out as you breathe in as you breathe out. And breathing in and breathing out, you might also notice the body straightening up slightly on the in-breath and leaning forward slightly on the out-breath. And while resting there with the experience of breathing, you might notice your mind getting distracted by thoughts. And if and when you notice that at any time during the meditation, simply labeling the thoughts thinking, allowing the thoughts to dissolve, and gently returning back to the present moment experience. And now, while breathing in and breathing out, allowing awareness to expand again to include the top of the head, the very crown of the head, and resting attention at the top of the head, you might notice a tingling or a cool sensation arising there. But regardless of the quality of sensation, simply noting pleasant feeling tone, unpleasant feeling tone, or neutral feeling tone arising from the crown of the head. And allowing awareness to expand into the back of the head, the entire back of the head, and both ears. Noting pleasant, neutral, or unpleasant feeling tones arising throughout the back of the head. And awareness expanding into the back of the neck, inviting the muscles in the back of the neck to rest and relax, noting pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral feeling tones arising throughout the back of the neck. And breathing in and breathing out, allowing awareness to expand again to include the ears, both ears at the same time. Noting pleasant, neutral, or unpleasant feeling tones arising throughout the ears. Awareness expanding into the sides of the neck, inviting the muscles in the sides of the neck to rest and grow soft. So awareness expands through the sides of the neck and down into the shoulders, letting any tension, emotion, or stress that's held in the shoulder muscles go. Noting pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral feeling tones arising throughout the shoulders. Allowing awareness to expand again to include the forehead, inviting the muscles in the forehead to rest, noting pleasant, neutral, or unpleasant feeling tones arising throughout the forehead. and expanding into the eyebrows and the eyelids, experiencing sensation arising from both eyes at the same time. As awareness moves through the eyes and over the nose, from the bridge of the nose to the tip of the nose, and expanding down through the cheeks of the face, inviting the muscles in the face to rest completely. Noting pleasant, neutral, or unpleasant feeling tones arising throughout the cheeks of the face. As awareness moves through the face and into the lips, inviting the lips to relax and unwind. As awareness expands through the lips and out into the jaw. Letting any tension, emotion, or stress that's held in the jaw muscles go. Inviting the muscles in the jaw to return to their natural resting state. As awareness expands through the jaw and over the chin and down into the neck and throat, inviting the muscles in the throat to rest completely. And breathing in and breathing out, just rest, maintaining awareness on the sensations of the breath, from the nose to the abdomen to the nose. And sensations arising in the face, the top of the head and the back of the head, the ears and the neck and throat, while maintaining awareness on all of that, all at the same time. Bring attention to the shoulders. And again, you might notice the shoulders rising and falling with each breath. And as you inhale and exhale, allow awareness to expand through the upper back, inviting the muscles in the upper back to grow soft and rest. Noting pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral feeling tones arising throughout the upper back. And expanding into the middle of the back, inviting the muscles in the middle of the back to rest completely. Noting pleasant, neutral, or unpleasant feeling tones arising throughout the middle of the back. And expanding into the lower back, inviting the muscles in the lower back to grow soft and relax. Noting pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral feeling tones arising throughout the lower back. As awareness moves through the lower back and down into the waist at the back of the body. And breathing in and breathing out, just rest. Bringing attention back to the top of the shoulders. Perhaps noticing the sensations of clothing resting against the top of the shoulders. And as you inhale and exhale, allow awareness to expand through the chest, inviting the muscles in the chest to grow soft and rest. Noting pleasant, neutral, or unpleasant feeling tones arising throughout the chest. As awareness expands through the chest and down into the abdomen, inviting the muscles in the abdomen to rest completely. Noting pleasant, neutral, or unpleasant feeling tones arising throughout the abdomen. as awareness expands through the abdomen and down into the waist at the front of the body. And breathing in and breathing out, just rest, bringing attention back to the top of the shoulders, noticing any sensation arising from the top of the shoulders and underneath the arms at the same time, of both arms. And breathing in and breathing out, allowing awareness to expand through the upper arms, inviting the biceps and triceps of the arms to relax and grow soft. Noting pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral feeling tones arising throughout the upper arms. As awareness expands through the upper arms and into the elbows, and expanding down into the forearms, inviting the muscles in the forearms to rest. Noting pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral feeling tones arising throughout the forearms. As awareness expands through the forearms and into the wrists, and the hands, the palms of the hands and the back of the hands, inviting the muscles in the hands to rest, relax, and grow soft. Noting pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral feeling tones arising throughout the hands, and into the thumbs and the fingers to the fingertips. And breathing in and breathing out, just rest, maintaining awareness on the sensations of the breath, from the nose to the abdomen to the nose, and sensations arising in the face, the top of the head and the back of the head, the ears and the neck and throat, sensations arising throughout the shoulders and the entire back, the chest and the abdomen, and the arms from the shoulders to the fingertips. While maintaining awareness on all of that, all at the same time, bring attention to the waist at the back of the body. And breathing in and breathing out, allowing awareness to expand through the seat, experiencing the weight of the body against the cushion or chair, mat or floor, inviting the muscles underneath those sensations to rest, noting pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral feeling tones arising from the contact with the seat. As awareness expands through the seat and into the back of the legs, expanding through the back of the legs to the back of the knees, inviting the muscles in the back of the legs to rest, relax, and grow soft. Noting pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral feeling tones arising throughout the back of the legs. And breathing in and breathing out, just rest, bringing attention to the waist at the front of the body. And as you inhale and exhale, allow awareness to expand through the thighs and quadriceps of the upper legs, inviting the muscles in the thighs to rest and relax. The upper leg muscles can grow soft and unwind. Noting pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral feeling tones arising throughout the upper legs. Awareness expanding through the upper legs and into the knees, inviting the muscles in the knees to rest completely. And breathing in and breathing out, just rest. Resting attention at the front of the knees and the back of the knees of both legs at the same time. And as you inhale and exhale, allow awareness to expand through the lower legs, inviting the calf muscles to grow soft and rest. The muscles over the shins can relax and unwind, noting pleasant, unpleasant, or neutral feeling tones arising throughout the lower legs. As awareness moves through the lower legs and into the ankles, inviting the muscles in the ankles to rest completely. Awareness expanding through the ankles and into the heels of the feet, resting attention at the heels of the feet and the top of the feet, of both feet at the same time. And breathing in and breathing out, allowing awareness to expand through the feet towards the toes, inviting the muscles in the feet to rest, relax, and grow soft. Noting pleasant or neutral feeling tones arising throughout the feet. As awareness expands through the feet and into the toes, to the tip of the toes. And breathing in and breathing out, just rest, maintaining awareness on the sensations of the breath, from the nose to the abdomen to the nose, and sensations arising throughout the body, from the top of the head to the bottoms of the feet. You can experience all of that, all at the same time, as one experience. Now here, if you notice your mind or your awareness collapsing down or focusing on a particular sensation, that's quite normal. If and when you notice that happening, simply allowing awareness to expand back out from what you're focused on, to include all of the sensations of the breath and body, all at the same time, and just rest. And now, while resting with the breath and the body, allowing awareness to expand again to include any sounds which might be available during this present moment experience. You might notice the sound of an air conditioning or a fan, or a heater, depending on where you are in the world. There might be a television playing nearby, or perhaps children playing outside the window. You might hear a bird singing or a car passing by. You don't need to focus on any one particular sound, but noticing the entire field of sounds, hearing all of the sounds all at the same time. And in addition to any sound, paying close attention to the quality of still silence, which surrounds the present moment. even if your surroundings are abundant with sound, there will still be a field of silent space there. A silence, a stillness which surrounds each sound. And so we'll rest right there just for a few moments, maintaining open, spacious awareness. Sensations of the breath from the nose to the abdomen to the nose. Sensations arising throughout the body from the top of the head to the bottoms of the silence and sound of this present moment experience. And just rest, breathing in and breathing out. And if at any time during the meditation you become distracted by your thoughts, label those thoughts with the word thinking, which will allow the thoughts to dissolve. You can gently return back to the present moment. And now, while resting here in this present moment experience, sensations of the breath from the nose to the abdomen to the nose, sensations arising throughout the body from the top of the head to the bottoms of the feet, the sound and silence of this present moment. Allow awareness to expand again to include the visual field. And if your eyelids are closed, you can gently open them now and allow the gaze to rest in front of you, not focusing on any particular object, shape or shadow or color, but allowing the gaze to relax and noticing the visual field as it hangs there in front of your eyes. The dazzling display of shadow, color, and light. And in addition to the shadow, color, and light of the visual field, you might also notice the quality of empty space within the visual field. The emptiness between yourself and any objects, and the emptiness between the objects themselves. Notice how the objects, the shapes and shadows and colors seem to hang suspended within the emptiness of the room, much like the sounds seem to hang suspended within the silence of the aural field. And so we'll rest right there for a few moments, maintaining open, spacious awareness, sensations of the breath from the nose to the abdomen to the nose, sensations arising throughout the body from the top of the head to the bottoms of the feet, the sound and silence of the aural field, shadow, color, light, and space of the visual field. And just rest, breathing in and breathing out. You might notice your awareness wanting to focus or collapse down on a particular object or color or a sound or a particular sensation in the body or breath. That's actually quite normal. If you notice that happening, just allow awareness to then expand out from what you're focused on, to include all of the shadow, color, light, and space of the visual field, the sound and silence of the aural field, sensations of body and breath, and just rest. And now, while maintaining awareness on the sensations of the breath, from the nose to the abdomen to the nose, sensations arising throughout the body, from the top of the head to the bottoms of the feet, the silence and sound of the aural field, shadow, color, light, and space of the visual field. Allow awareness to expand again, to include any feelings or emotions which might be present during this meditation experience. You don't have to go digging or searching for any particular feeling or emotion. In this stage of the practice, we just focus our awareness on what's arising right here and right now. You might feel a pleasant, relaxed feeling from all of the meditation previous. Simply notice that. What does that feel like? Perhaps you feel an annoying feeling from some noise coming from nearby. What does that annoyance feel like? There's no wrong feeling or emotion or right feeling or emotion. It's just a way of looking and honoring the complete present moment experience. Sensations of the breath and body, silence and sound, shadow, color, light, and space, feelings and emotions, and just rest, breathing in and breathing out. might notice you're distracted by thoughts. Labeling those thoughts with the word thinking will help the thoughts dissolve. You can gently return back to the present moment. Breath and body, silence and sound, shadow, color, light and space, feelings and emotions, and just rest. You might notice awareness shifting around or focusing on different aspects of the present moment. That's quite normal. If you notice that happening, just rest. And allow awareness to be open and vast like the blue sky, including any feelings or emotions, shadow, color, light, and space of the visual field, silence and sound of the aural field, sensations of body and breath, and just rest. Well, thank you so much for tuning in to this offering, this guided meditation. This was such sweet thunder, and we've been meditating with the breath, the body, sound and silence, shadow, color, light, and space, and including any emotions or feelings. So again, thank you so much. I hope this was beneficial. I know there are many who are dealing with challenging emotions and feelings with the COVID crisis, and so I have found this meditation practice to be quite helpful, quite useful for that type of practice, to alleviate those challenging feelings and emotions. So at your own leisure, this video will be available on my website, as well as many, many other videos of a similar flavor. If you go to the Challenging Emotions page at www.suchsweetthunder.org, You'll find many guided videos there. Thanks again. I'll see you in a few days with another similar offering. Stay safe, stay clean, stay healthy, be well. Thank you.